The Cutlass Black versus the Clipper. Two great ships from Drake that provide excellent solo gameplay, but is one better than the other? Depends on how you use it. So as of Alpha 4.4, the Drake Clipper is in the game, and this is the ship everybody has a big slimy boner for right now. And you know what? I love it. No complaints whatsoever. In fact, if you're watching this, you probably already have a strong opinion about this. Most people do. I put a poll out, and 2 out of 3 players already prefer the Clipper over the Cutlass Black, which is a classic general purpose ship. But the Cutlass Black isn't designed for solo gameplay. The Cutlass Black is made for small crew gameplay. It supports a pilot, a co-pilot, and a manned turret. So is it fair to compare the Clipper to it? Well, not really. So because of that, we're not going to be talking about small group gameplay. We're going to be talking about these two ships in regards to solo play exclusively, which, let's be honest, is how most people play the game. Now, both of these ships really sell the Drake aesthetic, which is bare bones construction and, more importantly, huge thrusters, which your mom loves. The Clipper is classified as a generalist ship. The Cutlass Black is a medium fighter, medium freight ship, and that's where the differences between these two ships are just a little bit different in the gameplay loops. Now, when it comes to combat, both of these ships get it done. They both come equipped with size 3 hardpoint, so they both do the exact same DPS. They both come with an adequate complement of missiles. The Cutlass has a few more, but it's a bigger ship. It's more of a fighter. These ships do run different component sizes. The Clipper runs size 1 components down the board. It has 2 size 1 power generators. The Cutlass is size 2 all the way across the board, and it has 1 size 2 power generator. Both of these are plenty of power to keep the guns filled and keep things moving, but you're going to get a little more power in the Clipper just because it has 2 generators pumping out the power, and so you may run dry in the Cutlass before you do the Clipper, but that's okay. Both of these ships are perfectly good in combat. I did get the feeling, though, that the Cutlass handled a little better than the Clipper in combat. That's just how it felt. But that's just how it felt, like, to me, and I can't explain why. On paper, the Clipper is the better ship. It handles better. It has a slightly better pitch yaw roll rate. So logically, I have no explanation for why I felt like the Cutlass handled better in combat. I can't explain why I felt like I had an easier time tracking my targets in the Cutlass. I don't know. If maybe I was familiar with the cockpit and layout and the way the Cutlass felt because I've flown it more. But again, because these two ships are so similar in spec, it shouldn't make a difference. Familiarity shouldn't even be a factor. So I have no explanation here. I cannot give a recommendation. You're just going to have to fly them for yourself and make up your own mind about how you think they handle. SCM speed is the same. They more or less handle the same in atmosphere, but again, it just feels like the Cutlass feels better at atmosphere. There is no evidence for that. I can't explain it. Now, in terms of what the ships can do, you're going to be able to go to the same places. You're going to be able to land in the same places, do the same kind of missions, almost. The Cutlass has a larger cargo capacity. It holds almost 4 times as much cargo as the Clipper, plus a huge variety of ships can fit in the back of the Cutlass. And if you want to get creative, you can even shove a Merlin back here. The Clipper just has this one little tiny little cargo space. You couldn't even fit your mom's dildo in here. But the Clipper does have one huge advantage over the Cutlass, and it is this medical facility with a respawn point inside of it. You can die and respawn in here, and for a new player, that's a real bonus, because as a new player, you're gonna die a lot. This one single factor is the only thing I can think of that would explain why the Clipper costs so much more than the Cutlass Black does. And this is something that's been explained to us and expressed to us in the ship creation and the lore of the game, that everything with a medical facility costs more. Ships with med beds that respawn cost more. We've been told through the lore of the game that medical facilities are a critical and high cost. And so therefore, that's why they're so very important in the game and the storytelling and the missions in the events we've had. But how much does a med bed actually cost? Because they've revealed that to us. Let's take these two vehicles, the Ursa Rover and the Ursa Medevac. One of them is a simple transport. The other one is the exact same vehicle, but it has a top tier medical bed inside of it. So what is the price difference between these two vehicles? Base model Ursa, 113,000 credits. Ursa Medevac, again with a top tier medical bed. What we've been told is a massively expensive facility, 124,000 credits. So the cost of producing a medical bed In-game, we can surmise is 11,000 credits. This goes against everything we've been told in lore and everything we've seen in the pricing of the ship shops. I wipe my ass with 11,000 credits. Now, I don't know if that's a flex or not because I worked in media creation for a very long time, so I'm also the kind of guy who wipes his ass with 40 terabytes of physical storage. Now, regardless of whether or not the ship creation, the storytelling, and mission creation and economy teams need to sit down and get their ducks in a row and get on the same page with what this stuff is supposed to be, regardless of that, the medbed in the Clipper is a massive advantage. If you're the kind of player who wants to go in solo into a lot of FPS or high-risk situations, the medbed is going to be the thing for you. But if you're going to be infiltrating facilities that you can't get close to and you don't want to be doing 1 or 2 kilometers of walking just to get back and forth to your ship, then the Cutlass Black is going to be a huge advantage just because it fits a vehicle in the back of it. It just comes down to how you intend to play the game and what your preference is going to be in that matter. With every ship in Star Citizen, there's a trade-off. You get this and you lose that. What's right for you is for you to decide. Ultimately, having the medbed is simply a convenience. Being able to spawn right back into your ship after you die, it's just a convenience. So if you want to run with the Cutlass and use the vehicle gameplay and have the extra storage, if you don't mind running the risk of occasionally dying and having to fly back to your ship to retrieve it, then the Cutlass is a good option. The extra cash you're paying for the Clipper, it's just a convenience fee. But it's, oh man, it's awfully convenient though, isn't it? I'm not going to bullshit about that. That's really, that's something worth having. I don't know if it's worth almost the price of a whole game package, but it's worth considering. So ultimately, is one of these ships just better than the other? I don't think so. I personally feel that Cutlass Black is the better ship for a new player to start the game with, simply because it is still more versatile than the Clipper is. You have access to more gameplay loops. You can get more cargo inside of it. If you want to do cargo running, you can get vehicles inside of it if you want to go do some vehicle gameplay. It has multi-crew options, and it also is a good solo ship. The Clipper is an equally capable ship in regards to combat and most gameplay loops, and it provides a wonderful safety net if that's what you're into. Even though I think the Cutlass is a better ship for new players, both of these are still excellent choices for a new player or even a veteran. And bonus, they both look cool as hell. I mean, look at this ship. Look how gorgeous it is out here. And never mind the natural beauty of this setting, I mean, just take in this scene for a second and think about the incomprehensible freedom that this scene conveys. And this isn't even outer space. The simple fact is that your mom is so fat, I'm inside of her right now. So which of these ships is right for you? That's your choice. So which one of these ships would I have? Well, I already own the Cutlass. And 100%, when the Clipper becomes available in the ship stores in-game, I'm totally gonna buy one. Absolutely. I love both of these ships, and both of these ships are a great addition to any fleet, just because of what they provide for you in the game. If you can only get one, there's no wrong choice here. Be sure to tell me how stupid I am in the comments. If you like this video, give it a like, it helps me out. If you don't like this video, I'm surprised you watched it this far. And remember, I'm not a real doctor.